Everyone, I want to welcome you to this webinar about the reset. I'm really excited to do this and have you all learn a little bit more about it. I want to begin by introducing myself. My name is Anna Desmond. I am a teacher. This is my husband, Billy Desmond. He is a firefighter, paramedic, and a personal trainer. These are our two boys, Dawson and Connor, who are now 10 and 12 years old. Billy and I are both very passionate about encouraging and educating people to nourish their bodies from the inside out. Like many of you, I have tried many diets, trying to figure out what works best and how I could be the healthiest. I tried paleo, South Beach, vegan, low carb, low fat, low sugar diets. You name it, I probably tried it. I struggled for years about having a healthy mindset and understanding what I should be eating and why. It was more about what I looked like on the outside than what I was doing to my body on the inside. So I became extremely passionate about what is going on inside of our bodies and sharing it with others. This is not just a weight loss program. We have people who do this program who have autoimmune disorders, who want better digestive health, who want to control their diabetes, or just want to feel better. This program is for everybody, and it's about having optimal health. So Billy and I founded Believe Health Team a few years ago with this mission statement. We have a common goal and passion for creating a healthier future by providing others with better lifestyles through optimal nutrition. If you have been curious about what we do, we educate and we encourage people to live healthier, happier, more productive lives through programs and online webinars. So now I want to take you to the inside of our bodies. I know we don't do that very often and we don't think about that very often, but it will be a game changer for you. How many of you actually thought about your cells today? Not many of us, but this is really important because we think about what we see, but we rarely think about what we don't see. We need to think about how healthy our cells are because this is where it all begins. It begins at a cellular level. If you want to have pretty hair, pretty skin, or nails, or you want to be fit and healthy, it has to start at a cellular level. What I have learned is that it is so important what you do today because it will result in how you feel tomorrow, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, and 50 years from now. This is where disease starts if you do not begin nourishing your body today at a cellular level. At some point in your life, sooner or later, your health will be your number one concern. It really amazes me when we think about what has to happen in our bodies for there to be life. Every day, our heart beats more than 100,000 times. 2,000 gallons of blood are pumped through 60,000 miles of blood vessels. In order for this to work, we have to eat. And what we eat depends on how well our bodies will work. Here is an analogy of the cells. We are looking at them in a petri dish through the lens of a microscope. The cell on the left is a healthy human cell. The one in the middle is the same cell after a typical fast food meal. The one on the right is the same cell when you have antioxidants in your body. The easiest way to explain this process is when we think of an apple. After we cut an apple, we leave it sitting on the counter. The apple will start to turn brown. That is called oxidation. Well, the same thing happens with guacamole, right? It starts to turn brown. Oxidation is what leads to degenerative diseases. So what do we do to that apple or guacamole to preserve it? We add lemon or lime to it. Most people think it is the acid in the lemon or lime, but it is the vitamin C. It is the antioxidants in the vitamin C that is preventing it from turning brown. So the oxidation is taking place, and the only way to prevent that is by adding antioxidants. So look again at this slide. The one on the right eats a healthy diet and takes good vitamins. It will not be as damaged as the cell lacking antioxidants. Antioxidants protect your cells from oxidation, and unfortunately, oxidation happens all the time. We cannot stop it from happening, so we need to protect ourselves. We can slow down oxidation and help protect our cells so that we have more defense mechanisms in our body, so that we do not have as much damage to our cells. This is what leads to cancer, stroke, and heart disease. When I learned this, it was such an eye-opener. So I often ask myself, Anna, are you having a good cell today? A good cell day today? And I know that sounds crazy, but I think to myself, am I getting the nutrients I need for my body? Are my kids getting the nutrients they need in their bodies? It's not about what you can't have. Think about all the things you can have, all the fruits and vegetables. It is more about abundance. I want to be the healthiest I can be. So let's take a look at the next slide. Isn't it beautiful? Antioxidants come from your fruits and vegetables. All of the foods you see on the screen do not have labels. They are not from a box, and their color was not injected into them artificially. This is what our bodies were designed to eat. God created these foods knowing they were filled with antioxidants and would keep us healthy and strong. I want you to focus on as many fresh fruits and vegetables as you can. So what does your cart look like when you go to the grocery store? I know sometimes we want to buy what is most convenient, and sometimes it's okay. We are going to a party or we are having a celebration. But if your cart looks like this all the time, you need to start making changes. You want your grocery cart to look like the one on the right, like a rainbow. If you are a parent listening right now, get your kids involved. See how many colors they can get into the grocery cart. Have them pick out the fresh fruit and vegetables. Teach them how to pick out the fresh fruits and vegetables. Tell them what it means to eat whole foods. It is never too late to begin. So here is Dr. Linus Pauling. I don't know how many of you have ever heard of him. He has this great quote. Nearly all diseases can be traced to a nutritional deficiency. He was a double Nobel Peace Prize winner for chemistry and peace. He says it best. So really, optimal nutrition is the medicine of the future. Let's take a look at some of the things that people are suffering from today. Most of these struggles today are being treated by medicine. Instead, we should be treating what's going on from the inside out. A lot of these things can be helped by good nutrition. My oldest son has ADHD and is on the spectrum, and I have seen amazing victories in his life since he started on a vitamin and probiotic program and started eating whole foods. It has been a complete turnaround in his life. Here is an example of some degenerative diseases. Unfortunately, people are plagued by the leading causes of premature death. 1 in 3 have cancer. That means 1 out of every 3 people listening to this webinar will have cancer. 1 in 8 women will suffer from breast cancer. 1 in 10 men will suffer from prostate cancer. Diabetes is growing more and more rampant among children. My husband told me the other day he went on a 911 call and there was actually a 6-year-old on blood pressure medication. So because of the amount of highly processed and high glycemic food we are eating today, it is causing more and more degenerative diseases. This slide explains it really well, and it was very freeing for me when I understood it. So if you can, I want you to take notes and really, really listen. I want to teach you about blood sugars. The goal is to get your blood sugars on that steady green line in the middle and off that red line, off that red roller coaster. That is the glycemic roller coaster, the blood sugar roller coaster. And most of us are on it without even knowing it. By being on that roller coaster, you are going to experience a lot of health issues you wish you did not have. Understanding this glycemic index could be the solution. The red roller coaster causes a lot of inflammation in your body, and it also causes free radicals. If you struggle with low energy or feeling weak, or you struggle with weight around your middle, or you have cravings for salty or sweet food, mental fogginess, or uncontrollable hunger, all of this affects your lifestyle and those around you, whether you are at work or you are at home. The glycemic index measures a food and how it spikes your blood sugar. I'm going to say that again. The glycemic index measures a food and how it spikes your blood sugar. So if I eat jelly beans, my sugar is going to spike very quickly. So they are considered a high glycemic food, where something like almonds will not spike my blood sugar as much, and it is considered low glycemic. When your blood sugar spikes, your body sends a signal to release insulin. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. Yuck, no thank you. Again, insulin is a fat storage hormone. Write that down. It also causes a lot of inflammation in your body. Insulin gets your blood sugars to come down, But now you crash and you feel horrible 15 minutes later. The higher the spike, the lower the crash. We have all had that carb crash before. We know how it feels. And once you crash, now you have low blood sugar and your body releases cortisol and you begin to feel irritable, moody, tired, and the cravings begin again and again and you wonder why. It's because you have low blood sugar. Our goal in teaching you this and taking you through the RESET program is to get you off this roller coaster and level your blood sugars. We have worked with hundreds of people and have seen amazing results. It is why we keep doing this. I personally do it every 3 months, 4 times a year. I do it because I want to feel better and I want to get my blood sugar stabilized. It really is incredible how you will feel when you go through this program. I cannot say it enough. I have even worked with diabetics who have tested their blood sugars before and after the program, and they are amazed at what happens when they eat low glycemic foods. When you eat low glycemic, the opposite is going to be true of all those negative things that I just mentioned. You will have less cravings and you will lose weight. A good side effect to this RESET program, to good nutrition, is losing weight. The main purpose of this program is to get your blood sugars on the green line. The effects are weight loss, reduced inflammation in your body, and less cravings. And you're going to hear us talk about that a lot, less cravings. It's because your blood sugars are getting perfectly balanced and you are giving your body a clean slate. So here is a simple slide of the glycemic index and some foods. So anything under 50 is considered low glycemic. Medium foods are anywhere between 50 and 70. And high glycemic foods are anywhere from 70 and above. We will give you more of these insights throughout this program, and there are also great apps that you can find that I really like to keep handy on my phone. Whenever I come across a food that I'm not really sure about, I can just open up my app and see where it lands. You will be well educated and you will see that things that are highly processed are high glycemic, and green veggies and tart fruits and almonds are low glycemic. A lot of people say to me, Anna, I don't crave sugar. I crave salty food. Well, if you look at the pretzels on this page, they spike your blood sugar more than white table sugar. It's very surprising. Yet when you read the label on a pretzel bag, it says no sugar, low carb, low fat, all those key words I used to look for on a bag. They have tricked you and they have tricked me into thinking they were healthy for us and our kids. I used to buy those for my kids' lunch boxes all the time. Go for almonds instead of pretzels. I promise you, you will feel better. Also, the white flour in those pretzels has been stripped of all the fiber and the nutrients, and it spikes your blood sugar, like I said, more than table sugar. So you really want to stay away from those high glycemic foods. So here is the ideal plate. No more of that old food pyramid. Here is a great visual. When you are eating, you want a variety of proteins, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, healthy fats, and lots of water. We also need to realize that some of the things in our life might be playing a role in the choices we make in our food. Sometimes our busy, stressful lives cause us to miss meals, and then we get home and we are starving. I know that happens to me all the time. I'm a teacher and sometimes it's hard for me to get to drink my water or eat my lunch, and by the time I get home, I am ravenous. We are going to work on this full time. Our goal is not to keep you on shakes and bars forever, but to help you transition and break some habits. I love this slide. You don't have to eat less, you just have to eat right. It is very freeing for me to read this and see this, especially for those people who, like me, used to count calories. I eat more now than I ever have before. It is about eating the right food that is going to nourish your cells, and once you are mindful of that, you will be amazed at all of the great foods that you can eat. So here are some healthy tips for some healthy living, and we'll give you more once you start the program and you become part of our Believe Health Team page. But number 1, shop the perimeter of the grocery store. That's where you're going to find most of your healthy fruits and vegetables and lean meats. Buy colorful fruits and veggies and lean meats, eggs, and nuts. Those are great protein snacks to have, and you want them at hand when you're home. Wash and prep your food right when you get home. When I get home, I have my kids help me wash, chop, and prep fruits and vegetables. We portion them out in little baggies or containers. It makes it so much easier for them to grab a healthy snack during the week while they're sitting down doing their homework or getting ready to walk out the door. Number 4, make extra when you cook to use throughout the week. We do this Sunday setup on Believe Health Team every week, and it has been a lifesaver on those busy weeks when you're running around to baseball games or dance or Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, whatever it is you're doing with your kids. When you set up healthy meals that can last you throughout the week, you know that your kids and your family are getting healthy food. So always make extra. Another tip, which is very important and has become a habit for me, is to eat every 2 to 3 hours. One of our Believe Health Team coaches actually put a reminder on her cell phone to alert her to eat every 3 hours. And believe it or not, it really is a brilliant idea. We do have to remind ourselves. Our lives are so busy, and before you know it, 3 hours have gone by and we haven't eaten anything. It's so important to fuel your body throughout the day. 6, supplement with high-quality multivitamin, fish oil, and probiotic. You will be getting this in your reset kit. 7, drink water and green tea and wean yourself from artificial sweeteners. I have a great friend who wanted to do this program just to wean herself off of diet soda. She would have at least 3 a day. Since she started this program 3 weeks ago, she has not touched another diet soda. Sure, she had a few headaches in the beginning, and that is okay. That was her body detoxing from all the junk. She is now diet soda free, and I am so happy to say she is now healthier and happier. So here it is, the reset kit. When I first saw this, I have to admit, I was very skeptical. But my twin sister really wanted to do it, so I did it with her. I thought this really has to work for me to believe it. Now I do it every 3 months, and my sister has lost over 50 pounds on this program. We have seen amazing results. Basically, the reset is a 5-day low glycemic detox program. Like I showed you on the glycemic index, the purpose is to get your blood sugars balanced. So what comes in this reset kit? The shakes are amazing, and my kids and I have one every morning, and they do not have an aftertaste. The Nutri-Meals are perfectly balanced to be low glycemic. They are a 23 on the glycemic index, which is as low as a grapefruit. They are nutritionally balanced with healthy carbs, beneficial fats, and they are completely GMO-free and have lots of protein. There is 8 grams of fiber, so if you struggle with constipation or being regular, this will really help you. Some people say, Anna, there's sugar in these. I thought you said sugar was bad. I asked the same question when I first saw this box, so I want to make sure I make it perfectly clear for you. Let me just start by saying that we do not use artificial sweeteners, which is really good. You have to have a certain amount of carbs to make it a meal replacement. You can't just go about your day with 5 carbs and expect to function. You can't live off that. Your brain needs carbohydrates. We have been swayed in our society to think that carbs are bad for us. I thought that for years. This is the same amount of sugar you would find in an apple. And how many of you think an apple is bad for you? An apple has 17 grams of sugar in it. I drink 1 or 2 of these shakes every single day. So I hope that kind of clears that up for you a bit. Here is a picture of some of the shakes we have made and all the different recipes that you can do. And we will share more with you throughout the program of some of the favorite shakes from some of our other clients. That is me on day 4 of the reset enjoying my carrot cake shake. It is so good. You will love it. And I can't say enough about how tasty these bars are. Here are the bars that you'll get in the reset kit. They come in a variety of flavors. They are packed with protein. They are gluten-free and they are delicious. My boys get one in their lunchbox every single day. And I promise you, if you warm up the Fudge Delight for about 10 to 15 seconds, it will be the best brownie you have ever had. They are a 35 on the glycemic index, so as you know now, they are very low on as a glycemic snack. Here is my twin sister. I want to introduce you to her. She has a goal of losing 100 pounds, and she has lost over 50 pounds now doing the reset transformation. We are really, really excited for her results. She feels great. Her doctor is really excited for her, and we are so happy she found it in her heart to move forward with her health for her sake and for the sake of her family. Inside the Reset Kit, you are going to get the #1 rated vitamin pack. Let's talk about these vitamins here for a moment because this is really important. The pillow packs will have the 2 gold ones are mega antioxidants, the 2 white ones are your chelated minerals, and those 4 together make up your essentials. There is also 1 calcium and 1 AO booster. The AO booster is grapeseed extract and resveratrol. Grapeseed extract is known as one of the #1 antioxidants in the world. They are high quality, safe, and they conveniently come in an AM and PM pillow pack. Here is something that is really alarming. So it's the apple test. We spoke about how guacamole or an apple left sitting on a table will brown and begin to oxidize. The apple in these 2 cups represents oxidation. If your vitamin is working, it should prevent the apple from turning brown. It should prevent it from oxidizing, just like the lemon or the lime did. Here is the USANA Mega Antioxidant, and the one next to it is a Centrum Multivitamin. I don't know about you, but I certainly do not want my cells to look black and gray. And take a look at the prenatal vitamins. That is just a crime to me. I cannot believe that these are actually on the shelves in our stores. Now, will the reset change all the habits you've had for the past 20 years? No, it won't. That is why we also have a transform phase and the maintain phase. I actually live on the maintain phase. The reset is your 5-day jumpstart to your health. I want to talk to you a little bit about RDA versus optimal levels for a minute. I want to go over the supplements because they are really important, and a lot of people who do the reset tell me, oh, I will just drink the shakes and eat the bars, but I already have vitamins, or I don't like to take vitamins. Well, I want to talk to you just a little bit about that. So the RDA, or the recommended daily allowance, was established in the 1940s when the soldiers went to war and they would get scurvy due to low vitamin C levels. The RDA hasn't changed in over 70 years since World War II. Think of all the things in our lives that have changed since then. The quality of our food is not the same. Everything is mass produced with more chemicals, and it takes longer to get our food to our plate. We are not getting the amount of nutrients in our food that we got 70 years ago. So here is an analogy of a lawn. Which would you rather have? They are both alive, but one is thriving and the other is not. The bottom line is we need higher levels than what was recommended 70 years ago. You would have to eat approximately 22,000 calories and spend more than $33 per day to get the same amount of nutrients found in a daily dose of the essentials, which, lucky for you, they come in the reset box. Yay! Now, don't be surprised when you start taking these vitamins and you go to the bathroom. It will be neon. That is natural. That is normal. It is the beta carotene in the vitamins. This, to me, is my added health insurance. If I am not getting what I need through my food, whether it's biotin or vitamin C, I know that I am getting it here. I want my cells to have everything they need, not just to live, but to thrive. I want to talk to you about the probiotics now because I absolutely love the probiotics. It is probably one of my favorite products that we have. I have everybody in my house, including my 2 boys, taking the probiotics. It is so important for your gut health. I just love it. They are high quality with different strains that can survive the acidic environment of your stomach. I put it directly on my tongue or I stir it in my shake after I've blended it. You don't want to blend the probiotics if you're going to use a blender, but you can stir it in. My kids love the taste of it. They put it right on their tongue and they say it tastes like a sugar cookie. They always ask me for more, but I only give them one. All of your food is absorbed in your gut, so your gut health is crucial. This is a pretty interesting fact here. 80% of your immune system starts in your gut, and 95% of your serotonin starts in your gut. So needless to say, we really want our gut and need our gut to be healthy so that the rest of our body and cells can really thrive, both physically and mentally. So here's something really cool that we do. We can customize your vitamins. After the program, you can continue with the same vitamin pack that you had in your reset box or customize it to fit your own needs. A lot of my clients tell me they want the same exact pack because they felt so great during the reset. So we can do that, or we can customize it for you. Here are mine and my husband's customized packs with our names on them. At the bottom are the vitamins our boys take every day, the Body Rocks and the Biomega. The Biomega is our fish oil that is mercury free, and it really is an amazing product. So are supplements a solution? Why do I continue to recommend these vitamins? Does it matter what kind of supplements do you take? I was blown away when I found out that the supplement industry in the United States of America is not regulated. That just blows my mind. I can get together with anyone and package a vitamin and sell it on the shelf. So do you know where your vitamins are made and what is in them? Do the apple test and see what happens to the apple after sitting in filtered water for 48 hours, or try 5 days. Does it even disintegrate? Does it even get absorbed? Do your vitamins have a potency guarantee? There are companies who've had their vitamins taken off the shelves because of false claims. So I wouldn't trust my cells to just anybody. This is a great book. It's called The Comparative Guide to Nutritional Supplements. When people ask me or tell me what they are taking, I can easily look it up. You can see that USANA has 5 stars. It's actually 5 gold stars. And you can read some of the other brands here that barely even have 1 full star. USANA uses only quality raw ingredients, materials. They have quality manufacturing. They offer a 100% potency and purity guarantee. They have third-party validation, and they are taken by hundreds of elite athletes. So Dr. Wentz is somebody I would like to introduce you to. We all know who Dr. Oz is on the left, but Dr. Wentz, the man on the right, is the key reason that BelieveHealtheTeam partnered up with USANA. He has a PhD in microbiology and immunology. You can look him up. USANA is publicly traded, and they are very public about everything they do. He opened Gall Laboratories in the 1970s, and he studied infectious disease and invented the Epstein-Barr virus test kit. It is what they tested mono for and continue to do so today. He won the Albert Einstein Award for being the leading scientist in keeping human cells alive in a petri dish for over 20 years. He kept human cells alive in a petri dish for over 20 years. That is just crazy. So USANA means true health in Greek. This man is a scientist. He's not a businessman. So this company is science-based. We make our products in an FDA-registered facility. So it is not run by businessmen in business suits. It is run by scientists in lab coats. I want to leave you with this. Your desire to change must be greater than your desire to stay the same. If you want something you have never had, then you have to do something you have never done. We are here to support you and encourage you and educate you along the way, and we know that you can do this, and we can do this together. This is the inside flap of the reset box, and every time I do the reset, I cut it off and I tape it to my pantry so I can read it. It says, "You got this. You're strong. You're determined. You were born to lead a happy, healthy life, and you've already taken the first steps to get on track. We know it's not easy. The best things never are. But you've set your goals, and you know we've got your back every step of the way. Congratulations on restarting your life and joining Reset Nation. Now go and get 'em."